Once again, I'd like to mention you're welcome to call in the show at 615-737-9865. And you can also call in at 615-227-1470. And for all our listeners that are listening on the internet, that is www.WVOL1470.com.
Yeah, and also listen on the internet. Yeah. Okay, and you should also listen later on YouTube, because we post our shows on YouTube after every show. So you can go to YouTube, look at A to Z Auto Talk, and they'll be right there in your face.
And that listing would be David Mac 926 @gmail.com. We'll speak about that later in the show. But you mentioned one thing that Mr. McMillan, it really brings to mind.
Yeah.
I was ordering parts this week, and I had the hardest time explaining to my customer, not a mechanic, this is the right side, this is the left side, and finally I said driver's side.
Right, identifying. You have a problem.
Just common mistake.
Yeah, common mistake. You call in, and the parts kind of want to know what part you want. You say a little thing that sits right beside the motor with a belt running around it, and you say, well, it looks like it could be a compressor, or it could be an alternator, but whatever it is, you need to know how to identify. You need to know how to identify your power steering pump from your AC compressor, or you want to identify your alternator from your water pump. You know, it's just little components. These are necessary components to be on a vehicle on your engine. You want to know how to identify these things.
How true.
Yeah, because you don't have to be a mechanic, but you need to know something about you. You don't want to drive your car like a monkey in a rowboat. You want to just know something about your car. And then, like even the rear view mirrors, the mirror falls off the window, and you say, well, I have a mirror broken. And you can't name which one is it. Is the outside mirror, the left mirror, the right mirror? No, it's the one-handed dash and the windshield on my dashboard.
Right.
And you say, well, the dashboard. Some people don't call the dashboard because it's not really the name for the instrument panel.
Right.
It's an instrument panel. It's got all your instruments.
Or the glove box we don't put gloves in.
We don't put
That's for our maps.
I don't know what you use glove. Why they call it a glove box?
Well, I know that's where you should keep your registration and insurance papers.
Right. Some just call it a box. Just a box. My wife calls it a box. The opening box. The dash box, or whatever she want to call it. Whatever. I know what she's talking about, but I know some people call it a glove compartment, which I don't. Everybody don't wear gloves. See, it's not a glove.
At one point, you needed those gloves because you were making constant repairs.
Well, back in the old days, they didn't have, a lot of stuff was optional on vehicles that we have take for granted now. Let's say optional thing that we take for granted now is air conditioning.
Oh, I remember my first air conditioning experience. It was the kind that was silver down by your knees.
Oh, yeah, the little thing sitting on the
And it actually worked. I couldn't believe it.
But I thought it was silly to have air conditioning in a convertible car. And I don't think they had air conditioning in convertible cars back in the 40s or 50s.
Well, stranger than may sound, when they started having air conditioning, it was the biggest option on a convertible car. Because until you actually own a convertible car, there are very few times when you can have that top down. It is so hot at noon, you need to put your top up and turn on your air. Or don't drive. So it does have a purpose. And most of the time when my top was down on my convertible, I had the heat on.
Well, a lot of times, I only rode my convertible at night because I didn't like to ride around in the hot sun.
I miss cruising, Mr. McMillan.
Cruising around in the day.
No gas.
I remember that old convertible 65 Bonneville. That was a nice car.
That's a nice one. I love Pontiac.
Yeah. Well, you got a Pontiac now, I used to ride around in that, but I only let the top down. I don't know why I would let the top down at night. I guess it was too hot in the daytime.
To see the stars, because we couldn't afford to drive in that night.
Yeah, it was a good car to go to the drive-in, too, back in those drive-in days. Yeah. Anyway, it was some of the optional things that people take for granted now. Like power brakes. They used to be optional. Now we got power brakes.
I've got a big one. Power steering.
Yep, power steering.
Remember the steering wheel was this big and then it shrunk smaller because you had power steering.
That used to be like 3 feet across, a yardstick, The steering wheel was so big. It had a knob on the steering wheel you could turn.
But you needed that because you needed that to be able to turn the wheel because it was so heavy.
Well, you had what you call power assist, that knob. You put that power assist knob on it. Yeah, I have a truck like that. I I enjoyed that little knob too.
Well, that was for the purpose of steering and working the stick, because you had to put it in gear while you turn it.
Yeah, and I was getting back to what we was talking about. We got necessary components, we got optional components, and we got components that customized components on our vehicles. A lot of people they see a car that has a customized something that you want to put on your car that makes it distinct from another vehicle. Like I see a lot of guys having these late model car. Well, I say electric car mostly have what you call cornering lights.
Yes.
And I said, what's a cornering light? They said, what's a cornering light?
The book refers to them as marker lights.
Yeah, sometimes marker lights are cornering.
Or centennial lights when they work automatic.
They have them.
It depends on the price.
It depends on the price and where
Of
you
the
put the
car.
light, where you have it located. So, and that's like a customized thing. I see cars with the lights under the car, lights in the wheels. I call those customized lights or cornering lights or something like that. And you have with you the seal beams. Some people call them seal beams, but now they don't call them. They call them halogens or something.
Well, most lights are a type of halogen bulb now, which I think is better, because in the past you bought the entire bulb and
And the
lens,
light.
which is one thing. But now, since they don't blow out as fast as they used to, you just change the little bulb you stick
They got
inside.
a name for that.
It's more
bud.
efficient.
What's the name of that bud that they have all the lights around the area?
Oh, those LEDs.
LED, yeah, that's the lights you have now. Man, I saw a headlight cost $1,200. I was I was throwing a loop. I don't know what kind of car it was. I think it was a BMW, or a Jaguar, or a Mercedes, something. And somebody had happened. This particular gentleman came by the place of business. Both his headlights were gone. So I don't know how you lose both headlights out of your car. You know, he said, well, I was parked at the mall.
And someone borrowed them.
Somebody borrowed his headlights. So then I called around to get a price on the headlights. They were something like $1,200 a piece.
And I'm glad to say that was a Lincoln, I hope.
No, that was some kind of import. It was a BMW or a Jaguar. If the person if he's listening, call in and tell me what kind of car it was, because I would make sure I don't let anybody in my family purchase that car. Yeah, because people stealing the headlights out of them. Anyway.
Wow. I've heard a rash of thefts, but we'll talk about something else, on catalytic converters.
Yes, that's a
I mean,
component.
nationwide, not just here in Middle Tennessee.
Well, they said they got some in those catalytic converters very expensive, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, they had a rash of tailgates missing too. People stealing tailgates out of the trucks. That's been about 6-8 years ago. I
The
believe.
things people do.
Yeah.
I remember when young men were just happy to get a hubcap. Just one, not all four, just get one of them.
I never got up in that phase of taking
No,
hubcaps, you
because
know.
by the time it was my turn, they had moon hubcaps.
No, they went to the drag wheel, what you
Oh,
call the
Kriegers and mag wheels,
mag
yeah.
wheels. I didn't get the chance to steal those hubcaps like the last.
Well, they were recyclable in my day. I
Yeah,
don't know what they are now.
You know, they had those. I had a car with some Kriegers on it before. They don't even make those anymore.
No, they don't.
Those are heavy wheels. I don't know. They had them on race cars. They had the wide slicks. I had a 55 Chevrolet. I can't get that car. I wish I had it now with those Krieger wheels on it. And going around, had what you call a crab wheel. Had a big wheel on the right side. You ever seen one ride like that, and the little wheels on the left side?
So you can go in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love NASCAR.
Yeah, the crab wheels on. Anyway, people don't do that anymore. Not the you know, they don't imitate a dragster.
I can say that they still have demolition derbies in some parts of the United States, and I used to love that demolition derbies. I love them. Just get in there and beat up each other's car and see who could not run, and the runner would be the winner. For people that don't know what a demolition derby is.
Demolition derby when you tearing up something.
And the last person that can start and move wins.
Yeah, I've seen it. Sometimes they have it in the mud. That's when they really fun. When they have it in the mud. You want to get back to
Do not take me to the tractor pull. But one way you can avoid going to the tractor pull is to call our good friend Mr. Mike Ramsey at the auto shop at Prim's Automotive. He is located here at 801 East Trinity Lane in Nashville, Tennessee. His phone number is 615-228-4478. you need to give Mr. Mike Ramsey a call. He'll be glad to take your appointment. He's also been willing to explain the intricacies of getting titles for cars. When you buy a car from him, you don't have to worry about any of those things. So feel free to call Mr. Ramsey and say you heard it here on WL. And that number for Mr. Mike Ramsey at Primes Automotive is 615-228-4478.
Yes, thank you for that information.
Rims Automotive.
Mr. Buddy Blues. And
Thank you,
he
Mr.
also, we have, we talking about components. Now, one thing about a component, some of them, like I said, is customized components. You got, and you got necessary components, and you also have optional components on your cars. But a lot of stuff that's optional, just say like back in the old days, the option was the fifth wheel. Remember the fifth wheel in the back?
Yes,
Well,
I
nowadays
do.
called it a spare back in the old days. I remember they had that fifth wheel in the back.
I remember they used to call them Continental wheels.
Continental
Yeah.
spares.
Yeah, because there used to actually be a spare in that thing.
Yeah, that fifth wheel in the back. That was optional. You can call it some of it you can call it optional or an accessory or whatever you call it. Now they have the wheel hid under the vehicle or somewhere in the trunk. But that was other thing that they've changed on. But I thought that fifth wheel looked pretty good on the back of that Cadillac back in the day. They had that Continental spare back there.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
that was one of the things that was hidden hard, but that was what optional.
I know in 72 and 74 it was a phony wheel they put in the back, but it looked real nice on that Eldorado.
Oh yeah, it wasn't real. You wasn't tiring at all, was it?
Right, but
Okay.
that was in the 70s. You didn't worry about tires at that point. We was in good shape.
Yeah, because we another thing, learning the name of the parts of your car, like the thing that holds the water in the front of the car, and we call it a radiator, and some people call it a reservoir, but there's a difference in the reservoir and the radiator. The radiator serves as a cooling mechanism for the engine, whereas the reservoir, it holds the liquid that supports the radiator. That's what we need to learn, because we see
In most farm cars, they use a bladder system
the bladder.
to where it's combined with the radiator. It's
Yeah.
not an extra component like we think of it here in America.
Well, like, if you got a leak, you need to identify where it's leaking from. Well, I got a leak in my car, leaking water, leaking coolant from what's this thing that's sitting in front? You said it was the radiator. No, it's not the radiator.
I know the name. It's the whatchamacallit, or the diggity-do.
Well, I should call it
The whatchamacallit.
what you would call it.
The what you name it.
What you
Yeah.
have it. What you diggle.
They say it's the
The other thing.
didgeridoo.
But anyway, try to learn. I mean, if you first time driver, somebody just get in the car and you've been riding with your parent for 15 years, 16 years, and they try to get your car, and you don't have an idea what's under the hood. You don't know what is the hood? Is the hood the deck lid, or is the hatch? Or where is the hood on the car? Is it the back or the front?
Which is true, because
Yeah.
it's a combination just to open the hood.
Yeah, you have to know which.
Or the bonnet, as we would call
The
it.
bonnet, yeah, I've heard them call that before, the bonnet. And the hatch is the back of the car. The deck lid if you have a trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And the hood covers the engine. Okay, and some people think the hatch is, if you got a steel top convertible, the hatch would be the top of the car, I guess. I don't know.
One of my favorite automobiles is the kind that have a hatchback, because it allows you to open up the rear of your car and put things in like a station wagon. I love hatchback cars.
Well, the first hatchback I saw was I think it was a 69 Mustang. They had what they call a fastback.
That was a fastback, had the little ribs on the